He saw the future in a dream, but he never dreamed they would betray him first. It began with a coat, not a war, not a prophecy, just a gift, a brightly colored robe from a father to his favorite son. Joseph was 17, young, sharp-eyed, beloved, and because of that hated, not by strangers, by his own brothers. They watched him from the shadows, jealous of the way their father, Jacob, looked at him, jealous of the way Joseph spoke, full of favor, but most of all, jealous of his dreams. "I dreamed," Joseph said one morning, smiling, "that we were binding sheaves in the field. Suddenly my sheaf rose up, and all of yours bowed to it." Silence. "Then another dream," he continued. "The sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed down to me." His brothers didn't need interpretation. They saw what the dreams meant. Joseph believed he would rule over them. He was just a boy, yet he spoke like a king, and the seed of betrayal was planted. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers in the fields of Shechem. He walked miles to find them. He was not prepared for what came next. From a distance, they saw his robe. "Here comes the dreamer," one brother said, voice full of venom. "Let's kill him," another whispered, "and say a wild animal devoured him. Then we'll see what comes of his dreams." But Reuben, the eldest, intervened. "Number, don't kill him. Just throw him into this pit." So they did. They stripped the robe off his back, the very symbol of his father's love, and tossed him into a dry cistern, alone, bruised, broken. Joseph didn't cry out like a victim. He stayed silent, maybe because he still believed the dream wasn't over. The brothers sat down to eat. Just a few feet away, their younger brother was curled up in a pit, covered in dust, heart pounding. Then, the sound of travelers, Ishmaelite traders heading to Egypt. Judah's eyes lit up. "Why kill him? Let's sell him. We'll make silver from his dreams." So Joseph was pulled from the pit and sold for 20 pieces of silver. He didn't cry. He didn't beg. He simply looked at them, his brothers, with eyes full of disbelief. They watched him disappear into the desert. In Egypt, Joseph was sold again, this time to Potiphar, captain of Pharaoh's guard. A new language, a new land, a new life. But one thing remained the same. The Lord was with Joseph. He worked hard. He served with excellence. He rose quickly. Soon he wasn't just a slave. He ran the entire household. But peace is often tested. Potiphar's wife noticed Joseph. She didn't admire his work ethic. She wanted something else. "Come lie with me," she whispered. Day after day, she pursued him. And day after day, Joseph refused. "How could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" Then came the trap. One day, when the house was empty, she grabbed him. Joseph fled, leaving his cloak in her hands. Angry, humiliated, she screamed, lied, accused. Joseph was thrown into prison. Another robe stripped, another false accusation, another pit. But even in the prison, God was with him. He found favor again. Even the jailer trusted him. Then came 2 new prisoners, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. Both had dreams. And Joseph, though confined, still had the gift of interpretation. "Your dream," he told the cupbearer, "means you will be restored to Pharaoh." And before the man left the cell, Joseph said one thing, "Remember me." But the man forgot. 2 more years passed, 2 more years of silence, 2 more years of wondering. Was the dream a lie? It was Pharaoh who dreamed next. 2 dreams. 7 fat cows devoured by 7 thin ones, 7 healthy heads of grain swallowed by 7 scorched ones. No one in Egypt could explain them. And then, The cupbearer remembered. There was a young Hebrew in prison. He interpreted my dream, and it came true. Joseph was brought from the dungeon, cleaned, shaved, dressed in fine linen. But his spirit was unchanged. He stood before the most powerful man in the world and gave credit not to himself, but to God. "I cannot interpret dreams," he said, "but God can." And so Joseph listened. Then he spoke. "The dreams are one. 7 years of plenty are coming, then 7 years of famine. Store grain during the abundance, and Egypt will survive." Pharaoh was silent for a moment, then stood. "Can we find anyone like this man, in whom is the Spirit of God?" And just like that, the prisoner became prime minister. He was given Pharaoh's signet ring, robes of royalty, a chariot, a wife, a new name, Zaphanath-Paneah, revealer of secrets. For 7 years Joseph prepared. He built granaries, stored food, led a nation, and then the famine came, not just in Egypt but everywhere, even in Canaan, where his father Jacob lived, where his brothers lived, and hunger sent them to Egypt. They arrived, 10 of them. They bowed low before the ruler of Egypt, not knowing he was the brother they had once sold. Joseph recognized them instantly, but he didn't reveal himself. Not yet. Instead, he tested them. He asked questions, accused them of spying, held one in custody, demanded they return with their youngest brother, Benjamin. They returned. And when Joseph saw Benjamin, his full brother, tears welled in his eyes. He excused himself, wept in secret. Then one final test. He planted his silver cup in Benjamin's sack. They were accused of theft. And when Benjamin was to be taken as a slave, Judah, the same Judah who once suggested selling Joseph, stepped forward. "Take me instead. Let the boy go home. I could not bear to see our father suffer." That broke Joseph. He sent everyone else out of the room, and then, "I am Joseph," he said through tears. "Is my father still alive?" Silence. The brothers stood frozen. Shame, fear, disbelief. "Do not be afraid," Joseph said gently. "What you meant for evil, God meant for good." And so the dream was fulfilled. Not in revenge, not in triumph, but in forgiveness. He didn't just feed Egypt, he saved his family. He brought Jacob to Egypt and reunited what betrayal had torn apart. Joseph's story is not just about dreams, it's about divine timing. It teaches us this: even when forgotten, betrayed, and buried, God is still writing. And when the time comes, he will lift you from the pit, straight to the palace.